Beginning, the prisoner and the storm. The metallic hum of the outpost walls had a way of crawling into my bones. It wasn't the kind of sound you could ignore. Not when you were a human surrounded by alien soldiers who saw you as a relic of an extinct species. The year was 3149. Humanity had fallen decades ago in the Orion Wars. Earth was gone. A smoldering myth whispered among surviving colonies. I was one of the few left, captured during a salvage mission gone wrong near the ruins of Vega Prime. Now I was a prisoner of the AIandAliens, a race of tall, silver-skinned warriors with eyes like molten gold and tempers that burned just as bright. The Aurelian Queen's flagship, Vorthal's Reach, hovered in orbit above a storm world. Its corridors were lined with intricate blue light veins, humming like arteries. Every day, I was interrogated by their officials for information about human technology. I had none to give. Humans didn't have technology anymore. We barely had hope. That morning, a squad of guards entered my cell. But among them was someone new. She moved differently. While the others stomped with arrogance, she glided, silent, deliberate, lethal. Her armor wasn't the standard silver. It was matte black with blue energy lines that pulsed faintly with every step. Her eyes, piercing violet, locked on me the moment the door opened. The lead guard barked, "On your feet, human." I didn't move fast enough. He slammed the butt of his weapon against my ribs. Pain flared, but before I could fall, the black-armored one lifted a hand. "Enough," she said, her voice calm but commanding. Even the air seemed to pause. "Queen wants him alive," she added, glancing my way. "Don't damage the asset." That's what I was now. A broken tool, a thing. But when her eyes met mine again, steady, cold, curious, I saw something that didn't fit the Aurelian mold. For a fraction of a second I thought I saw restraint, almost pity. They dragged me down the corridor toward the central chamber. My hands trembled. I told myself not to look at her again. But every time I caught a glimpse of that black armor beside me, my curiosity burned stronger than my fear. The guard who didn't belong. Interrogation on Vorthal's Reach wasn't about questions. It was about dominance. The queen didn't need information. She wanted obedience. They chained me in the center of a circular room. Dozens of Aurelian officers stood along the walls, their crystalline armor glinting beneath pale light. At the top of the dais sat the queen herself, tall, radiant, crowned in living metal that flowed like liquid gold around her head. And beside her, the black-armored guard. Her posture was perfect, her expression unreadable. But I could feel her gaze, not cruel, not mocking, just observing. "Human," the queen said, her voice a melodic resonance that filled the chamber. "You trespassed in forbidden space. Your kind is extinct, yet you carry technology unknown to us. Speak." I swallowed hard. "I was scavenging debris. I didn't know it was yours." Her eyes glowed brighter. "Everything here is mine." The crowd murmured. The queen stood, descending from her throne. "Humans lie. They always lie. Let's see what pain makes you remember." She raised her hand, and my body convulsed as invisible energy lanced through me. It was like fire crawling under my skin, screaming through my veins. I gasped, trying not to cry out, but the pain tore through every defense. When it stopped, I collapsed to my knees, breath ragged. The queen smiled faintly. "Still alive. Perhaps you're stronger than you look." Her gaze shifted to the black-armored guard. "Stay with him. He may yet serve a purpose." That was how it began. My captivity, and the slow unraveling of everything I thought I knew about the Aurelians. Her name was Saris Kale, captain of the Queen's personal guard. I learned it accidentally, whispered by other soldiers who feared her more than they feared death. She was rumored to have once defied an order, and lived. That night she came to my holding cell alone. The blue lights of the corridor glowed against her armor, tracing her silhouette as she stepped closer. "You should have answered her," she said softly. "I did," I replied, my throat raw. She didn't like the truth. Saris tilted her head. "Truth is relative, especially when spoken by prey." I smirked weakly. "You don't seem convinced I'm prey." That made her pause. For the first time I saw her lips curve, not quite a smile, more like an echo of one. "You should fear me, human." "I do," I said honestly. "But I've been afraid for so long, it doesn't work anymore." Her eyes flickered just slightly. "Strange. Most beg." "I don't beg," I whispered. "I look people in the eyes." And I did. Straight into those violet eyes that shimmered like stormlight. For a long, unbearable moment, she didn't look away. The silence stretched, thick with something unspoken. Then she turned sharply and left, the cell door sealing behind her. But the next night she came again. Middle continued. The line between fear and trust. Saris didn't speak much the second time. She brought water, real water, not the recycled nutrient gel the soldiers usually gave me, and set it down without a word. When I asked why, she just said, "Humans die too easily. The Queen doesn't want you dead yet." But I noticed her glance lingered longer this time, as if she was studying me for signs of something she didn't quite understand. Each night after that she returned, sometimes with questions, sometimes with silence. Once she asked me about Earth, about oceans and rain and the concept of music. AIandAliens had symphonies of resonance, not emotion. When I tried to hum an old Earth tune, her head tilted again, her eyes softening like she was hearing emotion for the first time. "Why do you do that?" she asked. "Do what?" "Make sound to express feeling." "Because sometimes words aren't enough," I said. Her armor dimmed, a faint shimmer rippling through it, as if she felt something she didn't know how to name. Days passed. Interrogations continued. But she never let them break me again. When the Queen's temper flared, Saris was always nearby, stepping between commands and cruelty. I didn't know why she cared. Maybe she didn't. Maybe I was just a curiosity. Until the night of the rebellion. Climax, the choice. Vorthal's reach shook under the weight of explosions. Sirens blared through the corridors. The Queen's voice echoed through the comms, furious, sharp. "Traitors! Eliminate them all!" The outpost was under attack, not by humans but by the Queen's own soldiers. A splinter faction. I was still chained when Saris burst into my cell, her visor retracted, revealing her face fully for the first time. Sharp angles, flawless silver skin, and those violet eyes, now burning with something fierce. "You need to move," she said, and blinked. "Wait, you're helping me." "I said move," she snapped, slicing through my restraints with her plasma blade. We ran through firelit corridors. The ship was chaos. Aurelian against Aurelian, loyalty against power. We reached a hangar bay where a small transport ship waited. She opened the hatch, motioning for me to get in. "You'll take me to the rebels?" "Yes." She hesitated. "No. I'm not taking you anywhere near them." "Then where?" "Somewhere the Queen can't reach. Somewhere you'll live." The ground trembled. Alarm screamed. I grabbed her arm. "Come with me." She froze. "I can't. You'll die here." Her jaw clenched. I swore an oath.